it's been a long time since Michael's actually had an opportunity to come out and practice with us, so it was good to see him dressed out and ready, ready to go. He was limited today, as well as Michael Turner. Those were probably the only two guys that will be on the injury report in terms of their participation in practice. Everybody else was able to go full tilt.
Oh, Eric.
Eric was completely out. He did not participate. Yes.
Coach, what problems did the Saints unit present for you?
Which side of the ball are you talking about?
The offensive side.
The offensive side.
Eclectic gathering of weapons they have.
They have a bunch. They have a bunch of weapons. It starts with their quarterback, Pro Bowl quarterback. Operates very efficiently. I think he was over 70% last season in terms of completion percentage. He's 74.3 through the first two ball games, so he's operating very effectively. And he has, he has weapons at all levels. He has a very good tight end that he can use in the middle of the field. Marquise Colston is an outstanding receiver that I think lines up both inside and outside. And then they've got two big time speed guys in Henderson and Meacham. So it creates, they create some problems in the passing game. And then in the run game, Pierre Thomas is a downhill, hard, compact runner that runs the ball very, very hard. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. They've put up big numbers the last 3 or 4 years. Sean Payton does a great job putting that offense together, and Drew Brees, being with them for 5 years, understands how to run it.
You played them pretty well last year, pretty tightly compared to a lot of other teams and won those games. What do you think you did well in those games?
I thought that there were things that we did well in all phases. I thought there were some things that we did good in the kicking game. I also thought we did some things against the run game when we tried to stop it. We did some nice things. The thing that we didn't do is that we weren't consistent in what we did. And consistency, I think, is the big thing with these guys, because if you're not where you're supposed to be, he's going to find it. When I say he's going to find it, the quarterback's going to find the open guy. And I think that's going to be the big thing for us this week, is to play consistently the entire ball game, because sometimes you can make a mistake and the quarterback doesn't see it until he watches it on film. Drew Brees is the kind of guy that if you make a mistake and you get out leveraged or you're in the wrong place, he's going to find the open guy. So I think that the consistency is the biggest thing that we have to do. We have to play consistent in all three phases. On the offensive side of the ball, there were some times that we blocked up their pressure package, which they have an outstanding pressure package, and then there were other times that we didn't. So we've got to be consistent in what we're trying to get accomplished.
Coach, obviously the past is the past, but considering your performance against them in both games last year, and you were right there, how much confidence does that give this team going in this year?
And, I think it gives us a level of confidence. We're familiar with them, and I think that's really the reason that we have a level of confidence. It's not necessarily the outcomes of the games last season, because the outcomes of last year's games have no bearing on what's going to happen this year. Just like whatever the outcome of the game was on Sunday for us or Monday for them is not going to have any really bearing on it. We have familiarity with them. They are the division champs. We play them twice a year, so there's a lot of familiarity. And of course, New Orleans, I found out real quickly, it's the biggest rival in terms of the fan base here. I guess coming in the league together at the same time, the Saints and the Falcons always travel well when they go on the road. So it's going to be a fun time down there in New Orleans on Sunday.
Fun time?
Yes, it's going to be a fun time. You're getting to play a ball game, and you get 16 opportunities to do that. And when I say fun, we do this to win, but we also like to have fun doing it. And it's going to be exciting, exciting atmosphere. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't get here quick enough.
Yeah, this may go without saying, but has Jason Snelling kind of earned a more prevalent role in this offense, even with Turner being 100% in games?
Every time Jason Snelling's had an opportunity to significantly participate and contribute, he has stepped up to the plate. And that was all last year at two positions, not only the running back position, but the fullback position as well. So it's going to be, an increased role simply because we lost the running back and we had to put a running back down. So he's going to be our number 2 running back now, and not where he had been our number 3 guy. But Jason's just a darn good football player, and he makes plays in the run game. He makes plays in the pass game. He had an outstanding game, and it was a great honor for him to be the NFC Player of the Week. And it's an individual award, but I also think it says a lot about our entire offense, the way that they played in the ball game on Sunday.
Coach, what are you going to do at the number 3 back position?
Antone Smith, who's been on our roster since opening day, he'll be our number 3 back. He'll step into the role that Jarius played, and they have a very similar skill set. Antone is not as tall as Jarius, but they have some movement skills that are very similar.
Does Jason keep all of his special team?
You're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to keep him in the big 4 in terms of the punt cover, punt return, kickoff cover, and kickoff return. He was a guy that was involved in all 4 of those, but he definitely will have a role in a couple of the special teams.
Coach, could you talk about the 2 new running backs you all added and what you all saw in Gartrell and Chambray?
Yeah, Gartrell is a bigger back. In terms of the size, he's a 220-pound back. Has had a couple of stops with different teams. The latest one being the New York Giants. He was originally with the San Diego Chargers. They're out of college, big back, caught a lot of balls. He's a guy that I don't think has blazing speed, but he's got deceiving speed. He played in the Mountain West Conference and was a very effective runner there at Colorado State. He's a guy that has been tabbed in our roster to replace Jarius Norwood, and then Sean Berry is a guy that we added to our practice squad. Sean Berry is not as big, doesn't have the size structure, but he's very, very fast. He was a guy that started his career at Miami and I think transferred to SMU, and played there. So those are 2 guys. We had some guys in late yesterday to work out, and those are the guys that we've added to our roster.
Coach Spitz, back to Michael real quick Jenkins. As far as his role is concerned, do you have in mind in terms of the percentage of plays that he'll go?
Right now we're going day by day just to see where Michael is. This was his first time that he actually put the pads on, so it'll be interesting to see how he comes out of the first day. We had him in his helmet last week catching some balls after practice, so this is the first time that he's been able to participate in the dress that the rest of the team's been participating in, and we're going to bring him along slowly this week and see if he progresses after today. We'll just continue to ramp up his role.
You kind of go without saying that if you want to win the division, big game, big opportunity.
Well, I think, John, every game is a big game, and our guys, we've been talking about it from the very beginning. It's a 16-game season, and the next game is the most important game. This is a division game, so yes, it has a little bit more weight on it than, say, a conference game or a non-conference game. And again, I think the familiarity with New Orleans and the familiarity they have with us makes it for a good matchup. It's going to be a challenge. That defense that they have there in New Orleans is very opportunistic. They attack the football. They run to the football. I think they thrive on turnovers. They led the league last year in creating turnovers, and they had 8 defensive touchdowns last season. So that says a lot about the way that they attack the ball. But it's a long season, and we say it's a marathon, and we're just coming out of the gate right now, and we want to be very businesslike in our approach. And I think if we'll keep a level head about us through this entire season, we'll go out every week and see what happens.